Sickle cell anemia is one of a group of inherited disorders known as sickle cell disease. It affects the shape of red blood cells, which carry oxygen to all parts of the body. Red blood cells are usually round and flexible, so they move easily through blood vessels. In sickle cell anemia, some red blood cells are shaped like sickles or crescent moons. These sickle cells also become rigid and sticky, which can slow or block blood flow. Let's see the genetic component of sickle cell trait and sickle cell disease. People who have sickle cell trait are also called carriers. Sickle cell trait occurs when a person has one copy of the sickle cell gene passed down from one parent and a normal haemoglobin gene from the other parent. People with sickle cell trait have only one copy of the sickle cell gene and usually do not have symptoms of the disease. In other words, the sickle cell trait does not turn into sickle cell disease. People with sickle cell disease have two copies of the sickle cell gene. Some people have sickle cell disease because they have two copies of hemoglobin S. Without a gene to produce normal hemoglobin A, red blood cells break down quickly. This leads to long-lasting serious anemia. Red blood cells lose their normal shape and form a crescent or sickle shape, which gives the disease its name. Sickle cell anemia is caused by a genetic mutation in the beta-globin gene, HBB, on chromosome 11, which provides the instructions for making beta-globin, a protein that carries oxygen in red blood cells. This mutation leads to the production of abnormal hemoglobin, HbS, instead of normal hemoglobin, HbA. A single base pair point mutation, base sequence GAG changed to GTG, results in the substitution of the amino acid glutamic acid, that is hydrophilic, to valine, which is hydrophobic, in the sixth position of the beta chain of hemoglobin, referred to as hemoglobin S. A mutation in HBB results in the production of a structurally abnormal hemoglobin called HbS. Under certain conditions, like low oxygen levels or high hemoglobin concentrations, in individuals who are homozygous for HbS, the abnormal HbS clusters together, distorting the red blood cells into sickled shapes. These deformed and rigid red blood cells become trapped within small blood vessels and block them, producing pain and eventually damaging organs. Here are the most common symptoms. The first symptom is anemia. Sickle cells break apart easily and die. Typical red blood cells usually live for about 120 days before they need to be replaced. But sickle cells usually die in 10 to 20 days, leaving a shortage of red blood cells. This is known as anemia. Without enough red blood cells, the body can't get enough oxygen. This causes fatigue. The next symptom is having episodes of pain. Periodic episodes of extreme pain, called pain crises, are a major symptom of sickle cell anemia. Pain develops when sickle-shaped red blood cells block blood flow through tiny blood vessels to the chest, abdomen, and joints. The third symptom is swelling of hands and feet. Sickle-shaped red blood cells block blood circulation in the hands and feet, which can cause them to swell. Next, sickle cell anemia can cause frequent infections. The spleen is important for protecting against infections. Sickle cells can damage the spleen, raising the risk of developing infections. Babies and children with sickle cell anemia commonly receive vaccinations and antibiotics to prevent potentially life-threatening infections, such as pneumonia. Besides, sickle cell anemia may cause a delayed growth or puberty. Red blood cells provide the body with the oxygen and nutrients needed for growth. A shortage of healthy red blood cells can slow growth in babies and children and delay puberty in teenagers. Lastly, sickle cell individual may have vision problems. Tiny blood vessels that supply blood to the eyes can become plugged with sickle cells. This can damage the portion of the eye that processes visual images, called the retina, and lead to vision problems.